Good. How are you?
Looked like Max and Carson after
Yeah.
in that game. How are they doing? What's the status?
Yeah, bat on the back. I mean, but in both scenarios, kind of see how the week goes. And I really appreciate Zion coming in and playing some pretty good football for us at the end. He's a guy. Not to flip the question, but he's a guy that coming off an ACL your freshman year. That's a tall order over the last whatever it's been since the summer of 22. You transition to football. You don't get to transition to football because you're in the training room for so long and didn't get spring football with us, and other than learning the meeting room and everything else. So anyway, been pleased with his progress, and glad he had stepped up a little bit for us.
The defense was put in a lot of bad positions, just yardage-wise. How do you evaluate just what the group looked like, even though it was on the short field?
Yeah, I think you have to evaluate from the lens of your job is to hold the one less point than what we scored. So that regardless of the situation, and that's the responsibility of the players and coaches. You got to find a way. And so we never get wrapped up in what's the situation, where's the football. It's go find a way to get a stop. And I do give the kids a lot of credit, in those moments, and they bounce around, they bounce on the field, and they had full expectation to get a stop, and we didn't get enough.
Did you feel like you saw any progress?
I absolutely do, but those are hollow words, and I get it. It's very hollow after a loss to, and we'll have those conversations, in-house as we watch the video, but without question over the course of the season, but it's time to start getting outcomes.
You guys obviously kind of trusted Tackett a lot, this year, putting them in a lot of big spots as a freshman, over guys like Eric or Shane Lee or what have you. Obviously he had a big game, he was best. Does that kind of signal to you like things kind of paid off for him? What's the development like this year?
Yeah, no, he had a tremendous game, and it kind of to going back to the previous question. I mean, there's certainly some bright spots, and certainly individuals that had good to great performances, and he's one of those guys that really shone. A guy that we've been excited about for a long time, and everything that happens is performance based. It's performance based. We evaluate you on Saturdays. We evaluate your work ethic over the course of the week. We have your production during the course of the week, and so that's a constant evaluation. And the credit goes to him to just keep swinging. That's one of the reasons he's found himself in a role that he's had for us. Now, that initial role stemmed from injury, but it's up to him whether or not he takes advantage of it. So really proud of him, and I think he saw glimpses of what that dude's going to be. So excited about him.
What are the lessons from the two Utah games from last year that you kind of focus on this week?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a number of things. I think number one, finishing the game in the fourth quarter, which is not unique to just those two games, but certainly highlight those two games because we're talking about one ends up being championship football games a year ago. It's competitive. Whether we're on the plus side or minus side going into the fourth quarter, in both scenarios, did not play our best football. And so I think that's number one. Obviously, what they do, and the use of tight ends, the use of motions, the use of a number of different formations. That's a tremendously coached football team, and they have been for a long time. And you got a bunch of players that believe in what they do, and so they attack you in so many ways. But we also got to be responsible. As you go through the season, they got a 23 football team, we got a 23 football team. So you absolutely take stock in it. It's part of the evaluation and part of what you watch over the course of how they attack you and everything else. But also being cognizant of the fact that there's a newness to it.
He hasn't played at all this year, but do you still prepare for Cam Rising?
Yeah, I mean, certainly wonder if he's going to. I see his name in the depth chart. Probably like everybody else, and you kind of assume at some point, he's going to be out there. It's going to be this Saturday. I don't know, but of all the quarterbacks in the country, not that it's his job to earn our respect, but he most certainly did, and so got the utmost respect for him. And obviously the guys in his place have done a nice job and found a way to win a bunch of ball games. But it'll be a major challenge who's ever behind center. But certainly he's one of those guys you circle going into the year.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you all.
Thanks, Alex.